Hey everybody, Zach and Andrew here. Excited to be coming at you live. We're here to discuss something really exciting today. We're going to talk about limiting beliefs. We've introduced this topic a little bit in some of the weeks past about how our thoughts and behaviors can really get in the way of where we want to be. And limiting beliefs is they're basically thoughts and beliefs about the world or ourselves or other people that really prevent us from reaching our goals. And there's three major types of limiting beliefs. Hey, Mark, thanks for joining us. And we're going to share some insight about those with you and maybe some possible ways to overcome them as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So limiting beliefs are something really, really important for you to know about. Hey, Mark. Hey, Xander.
Hey, guys.
Because ultimately, the beliefs that you have about yourself, about people around you, they're going to be instrumental in the thoughts and feelings that you have, and also the actions that you're going to take to achieve the results that you want to achieve. And so what limiting beliefs are going to be are beliefs that are basically going to limit you and your capability to achieve what you want to achieve. And it can show up throughout your entire day, every day. And so we want to talk about what it looks like and how they show up.
Exactly. So one of the first types of limiting beliefs that many people experience are interpretations. This is basically just viewing a situation, having a predetermined belief about really anything, but without investigating it. We have a pretty good, I think, scenario.
Yeah, so interpretation is basically the way you're perceiving something. And so like one example could be, say you have an appointment with someone and they are 15 minutes late and you haven't heard from them. And hey, Patrick, hey, Dan, hey, Justin, hey,
Yes.
Raphael. And you haven't heard from them. And so there are a lot of different ways you might interpret that. You could think, okay, this person just doesn't care about me. They don't care about me. They're an asshole. Or you could think, okay, they're late again. This is what they do.
Mm-hmm. But we really have no idea what's really going on in their head. It's just a snap judgment, and believing that thought can let you carry on with your life thinking that, and it could totally, cause you to be missing out on possibilities or a relationship with that person, for example.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Brian. Hey, Michael.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Aaron.
Anything else on interpretations?
So yeah, just one thing that's important to realize is that how we interpret things are very, very individualized. There can be one event, there can be 10 people in a room, and the same thing's happening in this room with all 10 people, and all 10 people might be having a completely different experience.
Yeah.
And so it's helpful to think about that and realize that and think, okay, some people might be perceiving this situation differently than I am. Like we've talked about in the past, maybe if someone raises their voice, it could be because they're excited, it could be because they're angry, or it could be just because they feel like someone's not hearing them. And different people might interpret it differently. So that, yeah, I think that's enough on interpretations.
Yeah. The next big limiting belief is
Hey,
assumptions. Hey, guys, appreciate y'all joining us today. So assumptions are a little more severe. They're really beliefs based on experiences that we've had in the past. So we make assumptions based on things that we've gone through, assuming that history is going to repeat ourselves. But the limiting belief there is that obviously not everything is predetermined to be the exact same way it's happened, but thinking that something is inevitable to repeat itself can really prevent you from exploring possibilities and options and really keep you stuck.
Yeah, exactly. So one example, so Mark says, yeah, when I talk, nobody listens to me.
Oh.
So this is just to use you as an example, Mark. This is a great example of what a limiting belief could be. You having that thought that when I talk, nobody listens to me. Just thinking about that, how is that going to make you act if in the back of your head you feel like no one's going to listen to me when I'm talking?
Right.
And that could actually also be an assumption, what Zach was just talking about. So it's very possible, it sounds like there have been many times in your past, Mark, when you were talking to people or trying to talk to people and be heard, but you just weren't being listened to. And so now, because you've had those experiences in the past, it's very understandable for you to think other people in the future might not listen to you.
Exactly.
And so having that thought and potential fear can cause you to maybe feel resentful or
hold back, or not speak up when you feel like there's something you want to say, because you're either assuming or interpreting that they're not going to listen to you. So it can really prevent you from what could be a beautiful exchange or possibility. But
right. Yeah, exactly. Another big one around assumptions that we've seen come up in the gay community is that all gay guys are cheaters and they're all judgmental. And so it's very easy to get these thoughts because a lot of men I know have been cheated on, and even women too. And so it's very possible that if you've been in 2 relationships and you were cheated on, then you might be skeptical of the third person you date and get serious with, and that could cause you to maybe be unfair to them because you're assuming that they might cheat on you as well.
Right.
And it can cause you to lock up, put your guard up, prevent deeper connections from happening.
Yeah. Big time. That's a great example.
Yeah.
And the next most severe limiting belief are called gremlins. And this one is a big one to look out for. These are the beliefs that we have, deep beliefs that we have about ourselves, that we tell ourselves when we feel unworthy. So some big gremlins are, feelings that I'm not good enough, I'm worthless, people don't like me, I'm a horrible person. They're just the beliefs that really affect who you believe you are, how you see yourself fundamentally, which can have everything to do with how you present yourself to the world and the confidence that you have.
Right. Yeah, these are the biggest driving factors that will play a big role in how you identify yourself and the actions you're going to take.
Right.
If I have the belief that I'm not attractive enough or I'm not interesting enough to be in a high quality relationship, then I'm probably not going to go and put myself out there. If I think I'm not worthy of love, or maybe I'm too dumb to make a lot of money, then I'm not going to try and get out there and do what it takes to really succeed. And it just becomes this cycle, because when you have these beliefs about yourself that might be not so positive. Hey, Jason. Hey, Lana. Hey, David.
You kind of look for evidence to
right.
Like it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, and then it just confirmed that these beliefs, you can think that no one will ever want to be with me, I'm unlovable. And then I've kind of mentioned this as an example before, the man of your dreams could come approach you and want to start a conversation, could be attracted to you, but because you have such low beliefs about yourself, you don't believe that there's a possibility that they could be interested, and so you miss out on this entirely beautiful possibility. And this is just an example of what can happen when these gremlins are really controlling how you see yourself.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And hi, Darren. It's good to see you on here as well. Because yes, I posted about this the other day, that the subconscious mind is much more powerful than the conscious mind. And I was actually learning about this in an audiobook more recently, Biology of Belief. And up to 90% of our actions are determined by our subconscious mind. And so if you have these beliefs that I'm not worthy of love, or I don't deserve to be happy, I don't deserve success, or I'm just not capable of success, then your subconscious is literally going to be hardwired to make sure that these beliefs stay true.
Right.
And so it's really important to just kind of step back and look at, how can I view these things differently? Where am I procrastinating? Where am I not doing things that I know are in my best interest? And really thinking about what limiting beliefs might be driving these behaviors. Because if you're procrastinating, doing something that you know would be great for you, there's definitely some kind of limiting belief. Otherwise, you already would have done this thing.
Right.
That
Something's keeping you,
right. Something's keeping you from taking action, whether it's working out, whether it's dating, whether it's changing your diet, going to bed earlier, you name it. There's some kind of fear or resistance that's showing up as a limiting belief that's keeping you from taking action.
Right. Hey, Darren. And and we also want to share with you guys some strategies, some solutions to really changing your mindset to coming out of this this limited way of thinking. A big one is just to really, if you can, ask yourself, how true is that belief? How true is it that I can't do something, or that I'm not worthy, or that he probably hates me, or whatever it is, whether it's an interpretation, an assumption, or a gremlin. If you ask yourself, what's a different way of looking at this situation, and or even ask yourself, what would somebody else say about the situation? Maybe to try to get an idea of what someone else's perspective may be. That might help give you some clues into, not making a snap judgment and thinking that, whoa, there's more than one way to look at the same situation. Maybe I should think about some other possibilities before I just make this decision and then just carry on with my life.
Right, absolutely. So yeah, thinking about how you can view it differently, asking others for their perspective is really great.
Mm-hmm.
And thinking about just different ways you can reframe a scenario. Like maybe if, say you have a gremlin of I'm not worthy of love, or I can't succeed, thinking about maybe some reasons why you are capable of success in whatever goal you're trying to accomplish.
Right.
And really slowly starting to inquire about these beliefs, because your brain is really hardwired, and your thought patterns go with the path of least resistance.
Right.
So it really can be a process to create these new neural networks and to change these thought patterns. And it's not going to happen overnight, and you're probably always going to have limiting beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
Zach and I, we've overcome many limiting beliefs, but it's like once you overcome one and achieve that level of success, then there's more. There's always more to overcome. Yeah. Talk to you soon, Darren. Hey, Michelle, good to see you.
And yeah, just because something has happened in the past doesn't mean that it's doomed to happen again. I think asking yourself, just because it happened before, does that mean that it's guaranteed to happen again? That can be a great way to stop yourself from making an assumption that might really limit you.
Yeah. And so also something else that can be really helpful is working with a coach or a mentor.
Right.
If you have big challenges and you're really your own kind of worst enemy, you really know that you're the one holding yourself back.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have to do this work on your own, but you don't have to do it alone. And having support, having someone that's focused on you to try to help you notice the patterns that you're stuck in. It happens all the time in my sessions with clients, where they might be going back to an old pattern and not realize it, because that's how their brain is hardwired to work.
It's normal for them.
Right. I could say, hey, so I'm noticing that this is happening again, and you said you wanted to really start putting yourself first, but now you're worried about this, and this for these other people, instead of doing this other thing for yourself. And it can just be really helpful to get some support and moving through those things.
Yeah, because it can be really easy to see these things in other people, but not always necessarily in ourselves.
Right, absolutely. So that's all we wanted to say today about limiting beliefs. And we hope this was helpful for you. Even just becoming aware of when you're experiencing them is a really great step.
Right.
And if you are interested in learning even more about this, or feel like you could use some support, feel free to reach out to either Zach or myself. And we'd be more than happy to hop on a quick, casual 15-minute phone call and see what some good ideas would be for you to really achieve your goals.
Yeah, absolutely. So thanks again for joining us today. We hope you found this helpful, and we look forward to coming back and sharing more of ourselves and our journey with you again.
Yeah, bye for now.